Welcome to the Uncle Hack Podcast, where dudes pretty much just talk dude shit.
Welcome to another episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast. Another week, another 7 days go by of your life just wasted waiting around for politicians to make decisions. And here we are to talk more about the situations you find yourself in as a man, you know? A lot of us dudes, we can sit here and bitch about politics. Everybody sees the world through their own eyes, and they have their own thoughts, own opinions on how shit should be. When in reality, nobody has a fucking clue what they're really talking about. Even myself, I just make up a bunch of bullshit. I just talk about things that I've experienced, and it just so happens a lot of people go through the same shit I do. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm some political fucking hero, or I'm some sort of, I don't know, I represent something. I don't. I'm an idiot, okay? I'm a moron. Just like most men that walk this planet, you know, all I want to do is make a little bit of money and get a little bit of pussy and die a fucking great death. A short, quick one. You know what I mean? That's all I wish for on this planet. A little money, some pussy, and a quick death. That's it. That's all. At the end of the day, that's all I really give a shit about. And everybody is screaming and yelling. Yes, there's things that anger me. Like every time I turn on the fucking news, I'm going ballistic. I'm just, I can't handle it anymore. Every goddamn day. And it's like, there's so many stupid people that just can't see through the bullshit. And I wish I have such a hard time dealing with that, you know. And it sounds like, oh geez, oh wow, you're talking about your feelings. You can't deal with that. What, you can't turn on the news and can't handle it, you little snowflake, huh? Shut up. Half the assholes that fucking say snowflake can't handle when hey, your truck's a piece of shit. Fuck you, man. You're a fucking snowflake, man. Fuck you. I ain't a fucking snowflake, man. My dad used to call me a fag, okay? Fucking talk about my fucking truck. You're a fucking snowflake, bud. You're a fucking snowflake, bud. Fuck you, man. Yeah, that's those guys. They drive me wild. Every fucking crew hand you've ever had. Fucking, yeah. Know what I like to tell liberals? That fucking, you know what? Fuck you, man. Cool. Congratulations. You're a certified retard. That probably feels good. Fucking, you know, liberals, man. They want to take a shit in my fucking bathroom. Ain't happening, bud. Fucking ain't happening. Okay, I see your point, but like fucking, yeah. Last time a fucking transsexual came in the men's bathroom, man, wanted to fuck me in the ass. Unfortunately, I let it happen, and here I am today. You know when, like, a chick has sex with a guy that she didn't really want to have, you know, like, got a little drunk, and then she claims rape in the morning, you know? Like, that's what happened to me. I had a few drinks, you know, just a couple one night, and I thought it was a fucking chick, man. I thought it was a chick and let her suck me off in the fucking men's bathroom. Meanwhile, I was just trying to have a shit. She gave me a blumpkin. Fucking lumpkin, bud. So now I say fuck liberals and don't be shitting in the men's bathroom, you know, bud. That was a dumb rant. That was awfully stupid. But yeah, it's always like them fucking assholes that are sitting around. They're yelling, oh, fucking, you know, I'll tell the fucking liberal man right where he can sit and it's on my cock. You know? Because, get it? They're gay. Not me, because I'm fucking them. So you're gay for fucking taking my dick in your ass. Fucking snowflake. Yeah, you want to know what else is gay? Your truck. Fucking. What's that? You got a death wish today, bud? That seems to be the fucking ass clowns of the world that we and then on, the opposite side of the spectrum is no better. But it's like, fuck, man. Every time I turn on the news, it's just like there's like it's very clear that there's a mission here to divide us and make you feel almost it's almost like low-key discrimination towards anybody. Like you get into the Asian hate shit. And I understand what happened in Atlanta, first off, was horrible. Fuck that guy. You just walk in and shoot up a place of a massage parlor like that. Like, he's a piece of shit at the end of the day. Loser. But let's call it as it is, man. What was there? 10 total dead, or was there 8 total dead? I can't remember the total here. But we're dealing with 6 Asian women were murdered. 2 white women murdered. And then this has turned into like an anti-Asian hate campaign here in Canada. So I hate how the Canadian media will attach itself to every American issue that happens south of the border and try to spin a narrative off it that there's somehow a problem that's similar up here in Canada as there is in America. It's 2 totally different ways of life. They're very similar. There's like, if you looked at them side by side, you'd be oh wow, very similar aspects of way of life compared to Canada and the US. There's also different laws. There's different means of culture. We're very multicultural here in Canada. Our population, is very small, and we are spread out across a massive piece of land. And that's totally irrelevant. No, that's not true. That is relevant to what I'm saying. It's fucking sad to see that such a country of such a small population that's multicultural, we are very, very diverse here in Canada. And I don't know, like when I see something on the news and I'm getting like all this bullshit shoved down my throat to believe and think a certain way. And meanwhile, when I go sit in a bar or I go out for a meal before 11 o'clock, because that's what happens here in Alberta, COVID does not exist after 11 p.m. according to our premier, not prime minister. Yeah, I'm being one of those guys. Fucking, what does COVID shut down at 11, bud? Fuck. But every time I've been out and I go for a meal somewhere, or just go and pick some food up from a local restaurant, you look at the tables and they're equally as diverse as you'd think in a country that doesn't have as big of a population and spread across a massive piece of land. When you go out, you see people of all walks of life sitting and enjoying each other's time. So when I turn on the news and I hear everybody fucking hates Asians, everybody hates blacks, and you go out and you see people mingling with one another, and they don't care about your race. Nobody has. Nobody will. In this time, like, I think that we've kind of got to a place, like, listen, I am part of a generation that grew up where the best golfer was Tiger Woods, a black man, and also the best rapper was a white boy, Eminem. We came up in a confusing time, and it just became accepting. We just, I don't know. I feel like there's a big change right now, and you're seeing people like, we don't really the whole race thing, we don't really care. I don't give a shit. And then the fucking, what did I see yesterday? The mayor of Vancouver, that's right, married an Asian woman, and then she gives this fucking big heartfelt, you don't even understand. You're in the public eye. There's going to be retards. There's retards on the internet. Get with the times, lady. People just say shit and don't mean it. And to take anything personal that somebody says on the internet is fucking dumb. I used to take some shit very, very personal, that people telling me to go kill myself. When this all first popped off, I didn't. Then I realized, like, None of these assholes have the sack to say that to my face, to go tell me to kill myself or you know, fuck you, I'd beat the fuck out of you. No, you wouldn't. You're a loser, okay? You're hiding behind a fake profile to say a bunch of shit that you can't say to another person's face. You're weak. You're a piece of shit. You're a lowlife. And then this woman now goes and takes all these like stupid comments that were on Facebook and be like, oh, look, they're attacking my husband saying that he's got yellow fever. And it's, you privileged bitch. That's the first thing I could think of. You're a wealthy human being, and you're trying to make yourself relatable to anything that me and you as a person go through. I'm trying to make you feel that like you should sympathize with this bitch because she's living this wealthy lifestyle, and somebody said that her husband has yellow fever because she's Asian, and she feels like it's all this compiled racism that's sitting right there. It's just this big heaping pile of steamy racist shit in front of her nose, and it just keeps stinking up the air. Meanwhile, you know, you're having 6-course meals, 8-course meals, you know, personal chefs and living the high life of flying first class all around the fucking planet. It's these wealthy sons of bitches that are trying to use these narratives to create a divide between me and you, it feels like. And every time you flip on the TV, it's always some very, very wealthy individual, like actresses and people that you know, are making an absurd amount of money in their professional field, whether it's in the arts of like music, acting, this woke shit that you see with Instagram influencers. It just seems like it's an attention grab. That's all it's being used as. Nothing's getting done. We've seen it with the BLM protests, that the BLM organization, not the movement, was used to raise money for the Biden-Harris administration. We've seen that, okay? Nothing got done. Nothing's going to get done. These wealthy sons of bitches are using us against one another. And this sounds like some lunatic conspiracy theorist bullshit right now, but it's fucking true. And this episode's going to get funnier. Trust me. There was some shit that I just noticed in the show Narcos, in season 2, the Mexico one, that I picked up on it immediately. And the old lady hit me with a trap question. I asked one of those trap questions where there was no right answer and tried to set me up, and I caught it. I'm going to get into that later. But first, I just wanted to address this. We as people are more united than we ever been, but we're arguing over stupid, minuscule shit right now, like race. No, but I don't think, like, if Rihanna walked by you, would the first thing that you think of is something you'd be like, maybe, I guess depends on what you classify racist, but you would look and you'd think like, God damn, you know, she is a good looking woman. We don't care. I guess that's a horrible comparison right there. It's like, hey man, like if fucking Rihanna walked by you probably wouldn't be racist anymore. I know I wouldn't. Horrible comparison right there. Yeah, like fuck, man. Rihanna walked by, eh? I just catch myself right here, and I'm going to shit on myself for this. That was a dumb thing to say. Rihanna walked by, eh? Not racist anymore. Guy was in a clan suit, you know, Grand Wizard of the KKK. Reeve walked by with them sweet cheeks. Boom, he took the robe off and burned it right in front of her. He's like, you know what? You're ending racism. She probably could. She is good looking enough to do it, I would say. Time for a little ad read. All right. You tired of dressing like a goddamn metrosexual? Of course you are. You tired of the old lady dressing you? Of course you are. Time to make decisions for yourself and represent what you're about, all through a brand. You like pussy. You like looking at it. You don't got to fuck every single one of them, but you want to see all of them, right? You're a traveling man. What can we say? And nothing says I'm a traveling man and I love drinking beer, looking at tatas, and just having a good old time than some Danger Cats merch on your body. All right. And you can pick that up at dangercatshop.com. Use the code podcast69 to get 15% off your order today. Also, you want an extra episode of the Uncle Hack podcast? Perfect. Well, you can head to patreon.com/dangercat69 where we do an extra episode every week of the podcast. Perfect. You like this shit, don't you? We talk about little raunchier stuff, same format, same shit, different day, you know. But you get a little extra. You get a little some on it. And on Tuesdays, you get the early release of this episode that you're listening 48 hours earlier. Plus, on the Thursday, when this episode is dropped, you have an extra episode waiting for you. So, there's more. There's more. All of our favorite Danger Kittens that want their OnlyFans shout out, we put the best ones every week that we have lined up. And it's uncensored OnlyFans shout-outs on our Patreon as well. Ta-ta Tuesday, if you will. Back to the episode. She is good-looking enough to do it, you know? Those chicks that have a black and Latino parent, holy hell. Holy hell. They're never not hot, right? They're ending racism, according to my brain. But to just summarize what I'm trying to say, yeah, like, look around. It's not that evil out there. It's not that evil. Crack a fucking beer. Have a beer with a guy. You'll get to know him way better than you'd ever think. I don't know where I'm going with that. And speaking of beer, let's get into this. Yes, stop being dickheads. There you go. Just summed everything up. Stop being a fucking snowflake, bud. Fuck. So I'm watching. I'm a huge fan of the Narcos series on Netflix. I love like that drug cartel. I've always been fascinated with like gang culture. I'd watch it. I'm too big of a bitch to ever join a gang or be in one, but I really like all that shit. Rap music, you name it. That's what I'm into. So I'm diving into season 2 of Narcos, the Mexico series, right? And episode 7. Okay. DEA agent Walt Breslin is going to meet with one of the cartel bosses or the plaza bosses, I guess. I don't know if any of you watched the show, but I'll explain it briefly. So DEA agent Walt Breslin is going to meet with one of the plaza bosses, right? He's blindfolded. He's being taken to this secret location where he's at. And Pablo Acosta is one of the characters in the show, real life human as well. And what happens here is there's like a moment that I picked up on the show that just like stuck out, right? He's walking up. He goes up onto this roof where Pablo Acosta is fixing his roof. He's got a cooler full of beers. What does he do? He offers one to the DEA agent. And that right there was just like, only a dude would get that. Only a dude would get that scenario right there. And I'm going to break it down for you right here, right now. These two men, okay, have a clear distaste but respect for one another, which is huge, especially in that line of work. They both kind of want one another dead, or one wants one dead and the other one wants the other behind bars. And there is such a mutual respect for one another in the jobs that they're doing. I understand the DEA agent probably isn't looking at Acosta thinking like, I respect you. But there's a respect between those two, right? There is a big enough respect between those two, even though they have a clear distaste for one another. One's trying to take him down, the other one's trying to take him out, right? He still has it in him to offer him a beer. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Like, that is just the one thing that men bond upon. Is it beer? Hey, do you drink? Yeah. You want a beer? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Like, that is two gentlemen that do not like one another. Not on a personal level, more on a business level. They both want each other off the planet or in bars. Does not matter. They still sat there and had a conversation over a beer. Now, whether this is fictional or non-fictional, It's still in the show. It was wrote in the show, and it resembled with me deeply because there is moments in a dude's life where you offer a man a beer to bond with them. It may be the first time you've ever met him. It may be the 190th time that you've hung out with the fella, and you offer him a beer, but you only do that to men you respect. You don't give a beer to some asshole, like some dickhead that's dating your sister who's just a fucking loser. You don't offer him a beer. Hell, you don't even want him in your house, let alone, not even the house, not even the fucking garage, sitting on the driveway in a lawn chair with you. You ain't offering him a beer because he's a low-life scumbag. He's not doing anything with his life. He sits around, thinks he's going to be a SoundCloud rapper, thinks he's going to make it. He's making beats in his fucking... in the spare room at your sister's house, and in the evenings he works part-time at a 7-Eleven. Hey, this guy sound familiar? The deadbeat your sister dates because she's too stupid to figure out that he's a fucking loser. He keeps talking about his big dreams but doesn't do anything to really chase him. This guy, fucking douchebag, doesn't do anything great, doesn't even know an ounce of hard work. He whines, bitches, complains. You just want to see your sister with somebody better than this dickhead. I am not using a personal situation, by the way. I am just explaining something to you. But yeah, this ass, you don't offer that asshole a beer because you don't respect him. You don't offer another man a beer if you don't respect him. You're not that type of guy. At least I hope not. I hope you're not being a pushover out there. But that right there is just the respect between two men offering a beer, and then they have a conversation over a pint. And I tried to explain this to the old lady as this scene unfolded, right? And she just looked at me with these big doe eyes, not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. And I was like, I don't expect you to understand this because this is something that a dude would understand. Only a dude would understand that. Women, I don't expect women to fully get what I'm talking about right here. I do not for a second think that you would understand the bond between a man and a beer when it's offered from another gentleman. That right there opens a lot of doors. It could open up to friendships, business partnerships. It could just, this could open up a door to you meeting some new fellas, which in the hometown there, you just moved to a town. Let's say you just moved to a town, right? You don't know a fucking soul there. What do? You're like, you know what? I could use a beer. Just finished moving everything into the house. I could use a beer. What do? Maybe you go to the local tavern. Maybe you pick up a case. Who knows? Maybe the neighbor sees a new dude moving in the neighborhood, and as a good man should fucking grab a few cold ones or go to the liquor store, pick it up. New guy in the neighborhood. Let's see what he's about. Offer him a beer. You start bonding. You start maybe finding some common ground with this guy, or you figure out real quick that this guy's a fucking dickweed, and we're going to have issues in the neighborhood with him. I can already tell he's a fucking twat, and I ain't going to like him. That's what a beer could do between two men. You can figure out a lot of shit. It's the fucking one element in between you two to create a bond. What the fuck? If you didn't drink beer or seltzers, whatever these young kids are drinking, I don't know. That's kind of real gay of you to try and make fun of somebody who wants to drink alcohol. Yeah, well, it's a difference, okay? It's a difference. A beer is something that it's not something that you enjoyed when you were a kid. You had to muscle that shit in you. It's not a taste that you enjoy right off the bat. It's not. Be honest. The first time you took a sip of beer, you're like, oh. But the old man drank it, and you looked up to him, and you thought to yourself, that's what men do. You looked at the old man. He has a few pints in the garage, wrenching on the truck or mowing the lawn, doing some yard work, shoveling the fucking walk, and he sat down, and what did he do? Cracked a cold one and watched the game. Watched the sports highlights. Whatever he did in the evening. usually, probably, more than likely, involved having a beer. Or he had some beers on the weekend with the boys. And you've seen that. It registered in your little coconut as a youth. You'd be like, that's what dudes do. We get together and we bond over beers. That's what we do. We have a little sippy sip with the fellas and have a good time so we can get away from that yappy thing in the kitchen and get some sanity back in our lives. That's what we do. That's what men did. Still do currently. Not saying that we don't do it anymore. But you learnt over the years that this is part of the dude culture. All races, all walks. Dudes love a good fucking cold beer. And that's how we bond. And I seen that in that specific scene. And I'm like, I get it. You know, that makes sense. And I went on this 10-minute tirade. And she just sat there looking at me all doe-eyed, not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm like, I'm wasting good air right here. Where if I explain this, almost, I wouldn't say that my explanation, if you will, is exactly the same as me giving it to the old lady. Huh? Yeah, that's what she said, giving it to the old lady, eh? No, but me explaining this whole scenario that just unfolded right there. And she just said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Women don't, bring over a bottle of wine. Bring over a bottle. But it's not the same. It's not the same. There's missing emotions. Women just go right in. Oh, do you like The Bachelor? Do you like The Bachelor? See, dudes got to hold their cards to the chest a little tighter and be like, so what are you about? Not much. What about you? Not much. And then it starts there. It's a slow sparring match to get to know a dude. And the odd guy comes out with a Hail Mary and he'll throw something out there. Hey, you like drinking beer? Yeah, I love drinking beer. Perfect. What do you say we just sit here and drink beer? Perfect. Yeah, no, that works for me. I'm going to put on, I don't even like NASCAR, but I'm going to put on NASCAR. Is that okay? Perfectly fine. Do we have to talk? Not at all. Awesome. This is working out even better than I thought. And then that's when the old lady, it's when your honey boo boo pokes her fucking noodle into the garage. Are you guys having fun? Are you having fun? Oh, you getting to know one another? It sounds awfully quiet in here. It sounds awfully quiet in here. It sounds like you guys are having a great time. Yeah, because that's another portion in the show that we'll have to get into on a later episode. Why men can sit in silence. You know, we can sit there. I don't even know this fucking guy, and I can sit in complete silence with him with a full understanding that he doesn't want to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation. You don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about you. We don't need to talk about what you enjoyed as a child, what high school you went to, because it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. You could look at her and be like, hey, man, fucking... What would be a good... I don't even know any, new actresses. You'd be like, hey, did you like wrestling back in the day? Yep. Nice. Stone Cold or The Rock? Stone Cold. Nice. Okay, right on. This guy's all right. Then that's when, I don't know, Kylie Jenner commercial comes on and you'd be like, fuck, she's got some great cans on her. I don't even know if Kylie Jenner has great cans. I'm going to assume she does because that whole Kardashian family is 98% plastic. So I'm assuming that she has some giant fake bombs on her. And you look at him and you're like, fuck, she's got a set on her, hey? And he's like, yeah, man. Yeah, she does have, she's got a pair of bombs on her. Yeah, right on. Yeah. And you go back to fucking drinking, just sitting there in complete silence. How's your beer? It's good. Need another one? I'll get you another one. You know, it's always that awkward silence. You want to say yes, but you're kind of like, if I get hammered and I start running my mouth, then, you know, you might not really like me. If I start shooting some jokes around here, like I'm John Wayne kicking open some shutter doors at the local saloon, start slinging my jokes in here and watching them ricochet off the fucking wall, what's he going to do? Punch me out? Is that going to happen? You know how you are when you're drunk. You start thinking you're a fucking comedian. Start shooting around jokes around here, around these. Listen here, boy. Did you hear the one about the priest, the rabbi, and the Buddhist? And then oh, great. One of these guys, another comedian, or he's like, I'm intrigued. Give me the joke. You never know what's going to happen. You just don't. But you know that dudes bond over beers. It's just the way it goes. That's how we are. That's how we are, gentlemen. You understand that. If you're nodding your head yes right now, you understand what the fuck it is I'm talking about. You get what I'm talking about. It's not a foreign language to you. This is just something dudes do. This is how we bond. You know, like when the old lady drags you to those dinners you don't want to go to with all her dumb, loud, obnoxious friends that think they're funny by being like, say, oh, it's 1 o'clock somewhere. You know those people? Yeah, of course you do, because your girlfriend probably has 3 friends like that. She's got 3 friends that are straight as an edge. Straight as an edge. Probably never done anything outside of missionary sex. We did doggy style last night. Have you guys done that before? Oh, God. Why am I here? That's what you think in your head. Why am I here? I don't fucking... And then their boyfriends are just square nuts. You know what I mean? Square nuts. You don't want to talk to them. They're fucking losers. They're not exciting guys. They're just like... They're borderline cucks is what they are. You know, any guy that's, you catch them and they're in like some sort of like those, wearing a vest, a puffy vest. Oh, it just keeps me really warm. You ever thought about getting one? No, I'd rather freeze. I'd rather freeze to death than wear that thing and look like a complete cuck. Yeah, Chantel got it for me at the Costco. Oh God, this is going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. And then that's like 3 of her friends, husbands, boyfriends, fiancés, whatever the fuck are like that. And then they got always like 2 or 1. It's usually 2. There's like 2 girls. One just got out of a relationship and the other one can't be in one to save her fucking life. And they're the sluttiest human beings on the fucking planet. They're just downright good old-fashioned whores. They're cool, but they're loud. You know, they're just loud. Every now and then they say something that makes you chuckle. You know, it's always something really aggressively sexual. Like over-the-top sexual. Yeah, I gargle cum. And you're like, oh, God, Jesus Christ. How good do you gargle cum? Ah, fuck it, Jesus. I shouldn't have said that. That's going to get me in trouble. Oh, God. Meanwhile, all I want to do is just fantasize it in my head, other than, you know, rather than the wife of 6 years, you know, she's put on a 30. I'm just trying to imagine somebody else gargling the old baby batter. That's all. I'm just trying to put it in my head. I get it. I know why you're upset. I shouldn't have asked your friend that. I shouldn't have said it. I get it. You're upset that I'm visualizing your friend gargling my jizz. And it's fucked up. I know it's fucked up. But like, babe, let's be honest here. This hasn't been very spicy lately. You know, this hasn't been like, remember when we first met? We used to fuck the 9s off one another. Now I'm over here just like, Christ almighty. I'm sitting on my hand to make it go numb and jerking off with that and pretending it's somebody else. I used a banana peel the other day around the old shaft to try and get different sensations or like different little feels on there, you know, trying to get some new sensations going through the body, make the brain waves connect in a different way. I know it's a little awful. It's tough to hear, babe, but this is what I do in my spare time. Me and you know, we haven't really done anything. Every now and then you're just like, you roll on your side and just like point your ass back a little bit and give me a hole to hit. But other than that, that's the peak of our fucking sex life. It's not that interesting. So what I do is I fantasize about your friends gargling my jizz. And you know what? That overly sexualized woman over there, she has no problem explaining what she does. So I would be more angry at your friend being a whore than me being curious. But it's true. They always have there's one really loud, obnoxious one that's not funny at all. 0% funny, just a whore. Very stupid. Usually works in retail, just can't get her shit together. Always blaming men for her problems. Oh, yeah, he was an asshole. No, you're just a whore. You're a dumb whore, which is worse. Like, whores are useful. A dumb whore is just, they're like 50% useful. You can't have a conversation with them. Not that we like to talk, but when you first get to know a chick, you get excited. And then you realize that they got 2-3 stories tops, and they all suck. Chicks never have good stories. Like when you're on a first date and you're talking to me what's the craziest thing you ever done? Oh, out in Banff, Alberta? Huh? Have you been there? Well, one time, you ready for this? One time, me and my girlfriends, we went hiking. You ready for this? This is crazy. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm telling anybody this. You're not going to believe this, right? All right. And you're in your head, you're just finish the You're remember when Harry on Dumb and Dumber lights his leg on fire and he's for God's sakes, give me the goddamn number. That's you. Just give me the goddamn story. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Holy, he's a spicy tamale today, isn't he? Well, okay. Anyways, we're hiking up the mountain. And then my friend Jennifer looks at us and is all those girls that take the photo with their titties to the mountain? We should do that. How crazy would that be? I'm going to put it on Instagram. Oh my God. I'm so wild. And you're that's it? And she goes, oh, that's it? That's crazy. I never show my boobs to anybody. I'm oh, fuck me. Oh, God, this is going to be a long fucking night. That's crazy. Yeah, but you can't say that. Why? I don't know. I wish guys would be more honest. We got to start that, gentlemen. Bring that back and be that story was fucking awful. You imagine that? You just take the wind right out. Oh, well, excuse me. What's your best story? I went to a hotel room, right? I booked this hotel room. It was New Year's Eve, I want to say 2015, maybe. I can't remember the exact date. New Year's Eve 2015, I book a hotel room, right? There's a hotel room takeover, which is having a whole floor of swingers there, which turned out to be, which turned into an orgy. We're barely scratching the surface here on wild stories, lady. And she's oh my God. Oh, that does sound crazy. Oh my God. Oh, yes. I fucked a man's wife in front of him. I did that while he fucked another woman. And there was 6 other people in the room fucking. Oh my word. Weren't you nervous? No, I'm a little fucked up, you see. And every guy has a story that it doesn't need to be about sex, but I was a little pervert and everything everything in my little noodle always reverted back to that and be oh yeah, it'd be great to go to some wild sex party. I was a horny little fuck back then. And, where am I going? Yeah. Anyways, that happened. And she looks at you with this kind of almost a fearful look, being oh, Jesus, what kind of fucking animal am I getting involved with? And you're looking back at her with this look of oh, God almighty, is this going to end? I highly doubt. I'm not getting laid after this one. I'm not. Oh, man, I went completely off track on what I was trying to tell you, but that's the pod, baby. That's why you're here. That's why we do this show every week. We talk about fucking real shit every goddamn week, and that's just the God honest truth. Whenever you're going over to the old lady, the old lady's friends always suck. They always do. They're not interesting, and 65% of the time, I wouldn't say like 100%, 65% of the time, their friends as boyfriends are just as big as tools as they are. And you have a difficult time bonding with them. There's like two tops of their boyfriends that are okay, that you can sit there and have a decent conversation with, or at least just a smidge of common ground with one another. And you have a difficult time relating to these assholes because they're just everything that you aren't. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the guy that puts on a sweater vest and goes pumpkin fucking patch picking with the old lady because it's gay. You don't do that. You're a dude. You don't wake up and go and do all this like dumb shit, you know? Oh, you want to go hiking? No, I don't want to go hiking. No guy in their right mind wants to go fucking hiking. You want to go for a walk around the park? No, I don't. 0% of me wants to. Oh, well, Janelle and her boyfriend go for walks together. Good for fucking them. Then go clone Janelle's boyfriend and be with him, because I don't want to go walk around a goddamn park, listen to dogs bark and fucking children scream. I don't. I'm over it. You might have kids at home. Or your dog's barking all goddamn day, and the last thing you want to do is go to a place where more of that is happening. Do you understand? Who the fuck in their right mind just wants to go for a walk? You know, unless it's to the liquor store, you're too loaded to go and drive there and get this shit done with. But fuck, you know, it's a fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ! There's a commotion happening outside of here. Shut the fuck up. But that's the last thing you want to deal with. That's the last thing you want to deal with is more noise. Let's go to a place where there's more noise. That sounds great. You know, if it's like camping, on the other hand, you're in. Hiking? No, thank you. Camping involves sitting around a campfire with an ice cold, nice little ice cold latte. You know what I'm saying? You know, like some hoppa latte. It's a dumb way of fucking calling it a beer. But there's just these things that guys don't want to do. You don't want to go to your fucking mother-in-law's for dinner because, again, annoying as shit. You don't want to go to her friend's place for dinners because they're annoying as shit. They're dumb. Their boyfriends are dumb. And you can't say that. You got to bottle that up. Is it worth the fight? You know what I mean? Is it worth the fight? What is the honesty? Are you losing your man card because you're not being honest about it? I don't know. See, that's the part I'm trying to figure out. I've just been brutally honest lately about everything. I'm just accepting some facts here. I'm 30, well, almost 29, I wish. I'm 30 years old. I'm not married and I don't have children. So I see how a lot of you guys have to maneuver through life. And I don't have to do that. And I almost, at times I feel guilty almost that I should be at the same stage that most men are at, married with kids and, doing, hey, guys like me call married guys and be like, hey man, you want to go for a beer? Oh, fuck, I can't. I got to go to the kids' swimming lessons. And you're like, I don't even know what that's like. I don't want to know what that's like. It sounds great. I imagine having kids is a rewarding feeling, but at the same time, I'm like, man, oh man, am I a selfish cunt? I just like I like my time for me, And when I hear that and be like, hey man, you want to go and catch some chicken wings in the fourth quarter of the Steelers game? Oh, I'd love to, but Bryson, my oldest, yeah, I do. I'm not an idiot. Yeah, well, the old lady thought it'd be a great idea to put him in swimming lessons, and I gotta go watch. Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds like a fucking brilliant time. That sounds like a great time. Psych. But I don't understand those problems or those issues or like like some guys got to sit and they got to make up a bunch of bullshit. Like, oh man, I got to go into work. I got to go into work today. I know. I thought it'd be my day off. I did. And here I am getting called into work. Ah, fuck. And you got to make up bullshit like that just so you can go and sneak a beer with the boys. Hey, come to the shop. Come to the shop. Yeah. No. We can't go to the bar. Can't go to the bar. Because if Crystal sees me downtown, if the Crystal sees the work truck downtown parked out front of the local tavern, she's going to go ballistic. So just come to the shop and we'll drink beer here. I'll fucking get the game ready. We'll catch the fourth quarter of the Steelers game. We'll get a few beers in us, and then I'll head on out. Like, I don't know what that's like. I don't have to do that. I don't have to make up some bullshit to go have a little bit of fucking peace and serenity in my life. It's wonderful. It's great. I enjoy that, but I also sympathize for you guys out there that have to do that. And that's where I say, like, come on, get it together, fellas. Let's be men here. Be honest. Shoot them straight. Don't make up some bullshit. Don't fucking be that guy. Don't be the asshole that has to make up some bullshit just to fucking go for a pint with the boys. Be honest. Be like, listen, I worked hard all week. All right? I worked my ass off all goddamn week. And now guess what? I'm going to go for a beer with the lads. I understand you had the kids all week. I understand that. But guess what? You can pump some NyQuil in them at any moment in the day and have a fucking nap with them. I don't get that option. I'm going for a goddamn beer to the fuck wind.
Oh, really? Oh, you think that being a mother isn't hard?
I'm not saying that it isn't hard. I'm just saying I haven't got to do anything I've wanted all week. You get the option of being like, hey, I'm going to take the kids over. You can go and visit with your friends that have children as well. And all you got to do is punt their ass in the backyard and let the little fucks destroy everything. You don't have to pay attention with them. They'll police themselves. 2-3 hours of your attention being undivided to have a nice conversation with your friends, to bitch about me or the kids or how much free time you don't have. Because it sounds to me like you got a little free time to bitch about me and the kids to your friends as you let them just do whatever the fuck they want in the backyard. All you got to do, throw a snack out the back door every now and then. A couple glasses of water, maybe a juice box, They get the hint. Yeah, I just don't understand the things that some guys go through, but I do see it through my own eyes, and I see the moves that guys got to make, and it's hilarious to me because I can piece it together. I can see like the events unfolding and what's about to happen. It's funny to watch it in real time, and it's also funny to hear about it later, about like the consequences of bullshitting a little bit and be like, oh, I can't go out anymore. It's almost like you're a toddler again and you're asking mom to go play is essentially what's happening. You're asking, hey, mom, can I go play with my friends? And the wife is always like, no, you can't go play with your friends. And then as time goes on and the fucks get less and less and less, you kind of don't even ask anymore. You just go. And that's like the decline of like the relationship. That or depending on her personality type, she just kind of accepts it that you're a dickhead and you just kind of float through life together until you get about 45, 46 years old. The kids have moved out. You kind of realize like we've just been together for these fucking children and me and you have nothing in common. This will be a great time that we part ways. Listen. You want to be in Florida getting pumped by black dudes, and I want Latina women to sit on my face. We're not built for one another. So all I'm suggesting is just inking this paper. We'll sell the house. You take half, I'll take half. We invested in this together. I understand you raised the kids. I brought the bill. I made sure the bills were paid. Mortgage was good. You got a car out of the deal. Now let's just wipe our hands clean and go our separate ways. How does that sound? Good? Great, grand, beautiful, c'est la vie. And that's usually the case, Divorces are up like what, 69%? Nice. There's a good rant for you. Right, the trap question. Oh my God. I fucking caught her. I caught her in a trap question. So this is what I get asked, right? Were you like this in other relationships? I'm a very silly guy. I fucking like to dick around. I don't take life very serious. I don't know if you're new here. and this is the first episode that you've ever listened to of the Uncle Hack podcast. I am not one to take life very serious. I bitch and moan about a lot of shit, but it's all out of humor. I'm not like this all the time. I swear to God. I just think that this is funny to like dissect little minuscule, like just like issues that don't really matter. Nobody really cares about it, all right? Like, at the end of the day, these little things that happen aren't going to define who I am. I just find it funny how we interact. I find it funny how human beings are, our personality types, how we land your mates, if you will. Because there are some lesbians that listen to this, believe it or not. And I can't remember. I went to the strip club with her. Awesome chick. So whoever your mate is, because there's usually a dominant one in the dominant and submissive one in the relationship. It's just how it goes. And the dominant one dictates the pace of this shit. The submissive one's kind of like, well, yeah, I don't really care. And when you get two of like the same types, it kind of never fucking works, right? You need somebody to run the ball every now and then. And it's funny to me to break all that down. And breaking that down comes with questions like this. Were you like this in other relationships? And I knew right off the get-go, as soon as that fucking question left her lips, this is a trap. And I fell into it for 1 second. I'm like, this is just how I am. Oh, so this isn't special. And I was like, I see what you did there. You tried trapping the old boy, and it didn't quite work because I'm calling you. And I called her out on it. It's like, this question was a trap. No, it wasn't. I was like, okay. I was like, if I would have said yes, were you like this in other relationships? And I said, no. I'm just like this in this one. Because I dick around, right? I tease and we joke and we laugh and wrestle and do all that dumb shit that fucking gay couples do, right? And so I knew it was, so I'm the only one that you got to make fun of. Oh, I'm the only one that you got to wrestle with and hold me down and tickle. Oh, really? So I'm the one like that. Good to know. No matter what I answered to that question, it was a setup, and your boy caught it early. I answered the question as soon as she made her answer and being like, and I was like, I'm pretty much like this all the time. I don't really take life serious. It's just how I am as a person. That's how this goes down. This is how I live. Oh, so I'm not special. Oh, really? That's how we're playing today, hey? We're playing a little dirty. You're trying to use some psychological tactics on me. I see. No matter what I said in that situation, it wasn't the right answer. Oh, and now you're pissed that I wasn't being like, well, no. Jump into my defense and being like, no, God, no. We are special. We're special. Instead, I called her out on it and be like, you had an answer lined up for fucking whichever way I went to try and get me to fucking, well, no, babe, no, it's not like that. But instead, your boy caught you. I caught you. And I fucking laid it on. I see what you did here. What did I do? You tried setting me up so that way you could get me to show some sort of affection, some sort of like sympathy, or not sympathy. It wouldn't be sympathy. What are you talking about? Some sort of affection is what she was looking for. But instead, the fucking FBI cracked the case. The federal boys inspector. That doesn't really work. I don't know. Inspector Dick. Ghostface killer, Ed. But you got caught. Officer fucking Dangles on duty didn't let that little game get by me. Called her out right on it. Oh, I wouldn't do that. You just tried. And now you're trying to be like, oh, you're trying to play stupid? Trying to play dumb with me? Huh? You're trying to fuck with me a little bit here, aren't you? Trying to get me to backpedal a little bit. And then all of a sudden, pounce. Thought you seen an opening. You saw, I see it. Pow! Shot missed. Now I know your location. You know, it's like American Sniper. Remember when he takes out that sniper of ISIS, and then all the other soldiers there know where he's at, and he took him out, and now it's a war zone, right? You took that shot, but you missed, and now that other sniper knows where you're at, and I came back with a direct hit. See these fellas? That's what you got to look for. You got to be one leg up. You got to be ready for offense at any moment in time. When they sling you some questions like that, brutal honesty, and just shovel it right back, eh? Female mentality, dude mentality. A dude will just bull rush that. I don't know. I don't care. Because we don't give a shit. I hate that. Like, oh yeah, that's like a, oh, you know, dudes, women are crazy, and dudes just don't give a fuck. It's such a dumb thing to say, but it's like, there's just like female tactics in the psychological war book. And if you can pick them apart, you got them. Like we said, like I was talking about earlier, like there's always a dominant and a submissive one, where this relationship that I'm in right now is kind of weird because we're both kind of, I don't know, we just dick around. And then from time to time, you got to deal with shit like that. But you got to nip it in the bud. You got to be like, there's like a different type of confidence that you got to have. You got to be confident in your answer, because a lady will try to poke holes in everything that you fucking say. Like when I was just a deadbeat boyfriend, and I'm like lying and sneaking around, cheating and all that, you can't keep up with your lies. So now I've learned, just by being brutally honest, and be like, yeah, hey, were you looking at that chick's ass? I was. Yes, I was. It's massive. How could you miss it? You were looking at it. You looked at it and then realized, like, holy fuck, that ass is huge. And then looked at me and realized I'm looking at the same big ass. And then now you want to say that I'm in the wrong, even though your perverted ass was checking out that bitch's ass too. So how we both? What if I looked at you and said, oh, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing looking at her ass? You got lesbian tendencies? Is that what's going on here? And start playing that game on you. But you shot first. And then you just be honest. Yeah, I was looking at her ass. Fucking thing's massive. She's walking around in those goddamn yoga pants, and things are jiggling that I didn't even know could jiggle, baby. You ain't got an ass like that. You haven't had an ass like that in 8 years. You haven't had an ass like that in 8 years. You're saying, now look at it. It's droopy. You're always whining, crying. Oh, you're always looking at other bitches. Yeah, I'm reading the menu, okay? I'm reading the menu. I haven't ordered jack shit. I'm eating the old same Shanghai noodle number 23 that I have for the past 8 fucking years. I'm taking a little peek at the pork special, the pork lunch special. I'm taking a little peek at it. That's all. I ain't ordering. Shit, we're in the grocery store right now. You think I'm fucking walking out of here with that pickup to go? Ain't happening. I don't even got the game to fucking pick that up. I don't even know what the rules are now out there in the dating scene, you know? I can't just walk up to that, and you think in your mind right now, because I'm looking at that, because I'm looking at it, she wants to fuck me? Is that what you think? Jesus Christ, let's get it together. I'm just taking a peek. I'm taking a look, you see? I ain't gonna, if I walk up to her and be like, hey, baby, let me clap them cheeks, what do you think's gonna happen? I'm probably gonna get tasered. I'm just taking a look. The same look that you took, and then you realize how big and juicy that ass was, and now you're looking at me, looking at that ass, and now you're thinking to yourself, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. Oh, he's a pervert. You're equally as perverted. And now you use this as an opportunity to start a fight, because, I'm just reading the menu. I ain't ordering. I don't even know how to order. What do I got to do? Download Tinder, find her, swipe right, and then all of a sudden, like, play the long game? I can't walk up to her in the middle of the grocery store. Jesus Christ, that's assault, brother. She's just trying to get some fucking romaine lettuce. You know, that shit that you don't eat. She out here eating tomatoes. You ever heard of them? The red things look like an apple. Nobody knows if it's a fruit or a vegetable. You know that thing? Of course you don't. You haven't ate one since fucking 1996. When you lived at your parents' house, Jesus Christ. And you're over here, you know, maybe I was looking in her basket to understand what she's eating to get the body like that, so maybe you could eat it. You ever think that? Maybe I was looking past the ass into the grocery basket she's carrying and seeing what her diet looks like compared to yours. You ever think that? You could say that. That would be a mental breakdown. Be like, listen, you're fat, okay? I would hope to God that if I got fat, somebody would look me in the face and be like, what happened? What happened? You know? When a chick lets herself go and you can't be like, listen, I'm not into this. I am sorry. When I signed up for this, you were 5'6", 110 pounds, okay? Now we're knocking on the door of 195. You understand what I'm saying here? There's a little bit of a gain. And I'm not quite into it. You're getting bitchier, and quite frankly, it's really not worth me sitting around or sticking around for. You know? Like, you signed up for something different. You can't be mad at a guy for leaving you if your ass got fat. That's criminal behavior right there. What's wrong with you? You're the one who let yourself go. It's not him. He kept his shit together. He's keeping his shit tight. He's doing the best he can. He's trying. He maybe gained 10. It's a soft 10, but he's still in the game. He's looking good. He didn't let himself go. I've never understood that. Never understood that. You call them fat, and then all of a sudden they can just have a mental break. Oh, is that what you think? Is that what you think? Yes, it's what I know. The proof is in the pudding, baby. Pun intended. Trying to fucking blame me for the spoon that goes in your mouth too? Is that what's happening here? Like I said, I was just looking in the basket to see what she's eating. I wasn't looking at her ass. And her ass just so happened to be in the way of the fucking basket that was holding the groceries of what she eats. Oh, so you were looking at her ass. Like I said, I took a peek. And back to answer your question, I was reading the menu. You know, I just took a little gander, a little peek. That's all I wanted to do. Man, like, look at that thing. Look at the way it moves. I didn't even know asses moved like that, you know? Hers looks like her back just met the fucking back of her thighs, you know? There's no bump there. Yeah, it looks like somebody punched sand. Huh? Look like somebody had a bag of, like, whenever you put on yoga pants, honey, it looks like somebody grabbed a bag of sand and punched it. That's what it looks like. Somebody beat the shit out of a balloon full of sand. That's what your ass looks like in a fucking pair of yoga pants. Not like that. I'll tell you what, certainly not like that. She got something going on over there, boy. She really working that thing. She knows what she's doing. She's up in the gym doing some squats. She probably ain't got no piece of shit man like me holding her back from going to the gym. And I ain't even holding you back from the gym. You're just too damn comfortable. That's the issue here. You're too damn comfortable. You know I ain't gonna leave. And now that I'm looking at other women, and you see that I'm looking at other women, you know that there's a possible chance now that you might be alone. And it hurts inside. It fucking bothers you that I'm out looking at other women because you are too insecure to understand that, there's a possible chance that might happen. Or you're too insecure to see your man looking at other women and not secure enough with yourself and how you looked and how you act for you to know he ain't going to leave. So now you obviously know, oh, I put on some weight. Oh, I've started doing this. Oh, I'm a little more this way. Oh, God, this fucking mustache is just tickling my goddamn nose. So now it turns into a fucking full-on war. Because you looked at a chick's ass because she's too insecure. That's what it is. See, we're solving dudes' mysteries. See, when you're most, you know what? You want to know a guy? This is the most guy thing. When you see your old lady getting hit on at the bar, do you get mad? Unless you're up to no good. No, usually you don't. You're like, oh, great. Yeah, let that guy hit on her all goddamn night. I don't give a shit. I hope he pays for her drinks so I can save some fucking money tonight. Any guy with a half a fucking brain knows like, yeah, she'd be awfully stupid to cheat on me right now, seeing as I'm in the same bar as her. But if she does do it, that just means that I don't got to break up with her. That just means I don't have to come forward and make up this phony excuse of why I'm leaving. The proof is right there. I have evidence in front of my eyes. I don't need to go and make up some bullshit to be like, it's not you, it's me. You don't have to play that card. Boom, it's right there in front of you. She's cheating on you. You know, she's making out with a dude on the dance floor. And some of you guys might get off to watching this type of shit. Power to you. Whatever is going to make your dick fucking hard. I don't care. But what we're talking about here is her not being secure with herself. You know what I mean? If she's put on some weight, she understands that she's not as hot as she was in her mid-20s. Now 32, packing a couple extra pounds, haven't hit the gym in a minute. You know, life's busy. Not really. You're just lazy. You watched the fucking the whole discography of Friends 4 times over in our relationship. God knows how many episodes that is. God knows how many times you've watched episode 23 of Friends over and over and over again. And that's going through the whole season. That's a lot of time just to watch one shitty fucking sitcom. And that should be your first indication to break up with someone that watches any shitty sitcoms, you know? Anybody who fucking can sit through that, you don't knock them up. Oh, God, can you imagine that? Friends, it's hilarious. Well, yeah, gotta go. Well, there we are. We're figuring out life's issues one day at a time. And I thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast. Just a quick reminder, early episodes coming out Tuesdays. That's right. Early episode comes out Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And on Thursdays, you get an extra episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast, which is on our patreon.com/DangerCat69, which you can check out in the description down below. Thank you for tuning in. Please, by all means, leave a review on the iTunes. Hey, or Spotify. I don't know if Spotify has reviews, but leave a review. We'll read some out. Last week, Big Trudy said, great pod. That's right. Man of many words. Big Trudy left a review saying, great pod. It's great to know our Prime Minister is out listening to this podcast. Maybe one day we can shape him up to be the strong leader that he once was, I should say. Thank you for tuning in to the Uncle Hack Podcast, and we'll see you next week.